Call over here. How old are you?
24.
24. We just started cycles, haven't we? How many cycles have you been on? If you don't mind me saying.
Maybe 3 now.
Okay, and he's stacked right now. 220 what?
224.
224, biggest it's ever been, but with one big issue. And this issue is quite common in teenage bodybuilders or guys that are a bit younger, and that is acne.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about how it's affecting you?
Yeah.
Or how it's come along?
So I've actually I had issues with acne before when I was natural. For me, it's very, very hot weather. My very oily skin, I have a tendency to get acne. So in an environment like in Thailand, I'm constantly sweating. I have to change my shirts like 2 or 3 times a day minimum, 3 showers a day minimum. It's just really hygiene's important, but sometimes still it's hard to keep up.
What do you think, Jace?
It's an hormonal imbalance.
That too as well.
But because if you're prone for acne as a child, I'd say as you're growing up, hormones are there, you know, you're going through puberty, and if you're prone for acne, when you start taking testosterone, you're more than likely going to get it, right? It's a genetic thing. But you can combat it by, like he said, washing more, changing your sheets more often. You are born with it. You have to just work around it. You can do the antibiotic.
Yeah, so I've tried doxycycline before, and it did help for a while when I was natural.
And you're trying Accutane now soon next.
And then I'm going to try Accutane now just to see if the glands and the oils that are coming from my skin is the real problem, and Accutane is supposed to kind of help shut that off a little bit.
Do you think steroids flare it up?
Of course, 100%.
Which steroid do you think flare it up?
This is the thing. It could just be testosterone,
Okay.
hormonally,
Yeah.
as well as how frequent your jabs are. And this is another thing. If you're doing TRT like
Yeah.
yourself,
Yeah.
if you're doing 1 jab a week, which will put your testosterone high, then throughout the rest of the week it will be lower. That's an hormonal imbalance, right?
Imbalance, yeah.
Which can create these side effects. So, like some people
split it.
Split
And
is
not
good.
only do I split it, I tell people to do it sub-Q, which kind of reduces the amount going in.
Yeah, it's
but
slower
it
releasing
also
into the body.
slows the amount
Of
down
course, yeah.
completely.
It takes more longer
And new science nowadays has been proven to, if you're doing it daily,
Yeah.
will reduce the side effects again. But I think personally, doing it 3 times a week or every other day is enough,
Yeah.
because the body won't recognize in one day a drop if it's a slow releasing
Like a
ester.
testosterone thing.
Yeah, if it's a propanate, a bit different story. But if you've got a slow acting, I think 3 to 4 times a week is more than enough. It's going to keep your testosterone level kind of all the way through, keeping it at a high level and not dipping and going down and up, which will cause the hormonal balance. But like I say, you can get it through just doing things wrong, having side effects, or he's just more prone for it. He has
Let's
oily
not
skin.
Let's not forget this, yeah? There's many people out there,
Yeah.
majority I would say, that have acne, that have never touched steroids, that don't train,
Yeah.
that don't do cardio,
Hormonally,
that
they
don't
get it.
live in a hot country.
Genetically.
It's very, very common.
Yeah, it's
everywhere.
genetically.
Same with gyno.
Genetic.
Gyno you see everywhere.
Yeah, and I'm lucky because I don't get gyno and I don't get spots, okay? If I do get spots, it's because something in the carrier oil is trying to get out my body and it's poisonous to a degree. And I've had it recently. I had primer bowling, really bad, was fake. The carrier oil was dirty.
It's actually what drove my acne in the first place. We both got the same prima bolin, and the carrier oils, I had a bad reaction to it. And since then, I haven't really been able to combat
rid
it
of it.
properly.
And-
Well, I'm
yeah.
also peak off season, and my androgen load has come way up due to peak off season. So this is my first exposure to a larger amount of androgens, plus all the other factors. And I'm
Androgens for those people who don't know are what?
It's testosterone
Yeah.
and anabolic steroids, right? So not TRT. You do have androgen in the testosterone, but it's not high amounts. Trenbolone is the highest you can get, okay, which causes the volumization of muscle cells more than ever, but it's the androgens that are really high, which create aggression,
more side effects.
side effects in general.
Yeah.
So depending on what you want out of life and your journey, whatever that journey may be.
Pro bodybuilder.
Yeah,
Road
he
to
wants
pro.
to be. But you know, so think about that. If you're prone for acne, if you start putting in a lot of steroids, you're more than likely going to get it. If you're okay with that, then great. If you're not okay with that, just don't take it. You know, think twice about
What do you
doing
think to this? What do you think to this? And I've got a theory on it, but I want to hear like your opinion. Those people that haven't ever had acne,
Yeah.
they're not prone to it or nothing. Can taking steroids give you acne?
I would say yes.
You do feel that?
I would say
Yeah.
yes, depending
Okay.
on the person.
Okay.
If they're not.
What do you think that would cause it? Then what would trigger it if they're never prone
in
to it?
hormonal imbalances
Okay.
in the
And
body?
for those people who are very fortunate, like
Yeah.
myself, and you,
Yeah.
who have never suffered from it.
Yeah.
I've also done a heavy steroid cycle.
Yeah.
What makes you think we didn't get it? Was that just the luck of the draw, would you say?
I think just genetics.
Genetics. Okay.
Yeah, because some people don't get a lot of side effects like myself. So I would say, not I'm born to do
Yeah.
bodybuilding, but a lot of the great bodybuilders have good skin texture. They have good genetics. They don't get many side effects. They don't, you know, the liver and the kidney take a good battering. And my body's strong as that. I don't want to say people are weak or people are strong.
Yeah, yeah.
I just think it's a genetic code. Some people are more prone for things. Just like any athlete in this world, some people are born fast.
Yeah.
Some people are born more athletic. And one thing I'm blessed with, which is a plus side, is I don't get side effects. So, I mean,
You could give one athlete 500 mgs of testosterone a week, and you could give another athlete 500 mgs, and if you look at their blood work, they could be totally different. One's blood work could be battered after 500 mgs of testosterone.
Especially if-
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that
Yeah.
because that's one thing that people don't know. When it comes to me for TRT,
Yeah.
everyone's like, okay, here's my test reading. How do I get it from here to here? There's no set amount, guys.
No.
You've got to understand that.
Yeah.
If I'm taking 200 milligrams of testosterone a week and someone else is taking 200 grams of testosterone a week and we both start at zero, our blood work is going to be completely different.
Because some people's
So many
free
other factors.
testosterone gets brought up back because genetically we're all different. Some people naturally have a lower baseline testosterone. So if they take 150 per week, which is, you know, TRT,
Yeah.
they might not be as high as what you are.
Yeah.
You may put less in, but be higher because genetically you're just naturally higher. And I know from a kid, I was naturally a little bit higher than most people.
I would have loved to have got mine done.
Yeah.
I never did my blood.
I
never did 'em. I never did 'em.
And I didn't.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't until the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I got
And
my
I've
blood
been
stuff as
body.
a natural though.
So
I have my natural.
Yeah, you're
blood.
lucky.
But because this younger generation, I'm 39, he's 24, right? So this younger generation have come around doing bodybuilding when blood tests are around, when more science is around, and it's a better time for them.
Of course, absolutely.
When I started, no one knew anything. You just listened to what other people said, and I went on steroid.com, which I've spoke about before, and I did my research with steroid.com,
Yeah.
saw
What about the encyclopedia by
all things like that, yeah?
Yeah.
But mine was literally steroid.com, which had every compound you can imagine, the science behind it, what it did to you, the side effects, and I did that research, and I basically was my own guinea pig. I saw the amounts that you should do, and I tried and tested it on myself. I put more in, I put less in, I saw what side effects over the years, so I know what kind of baseline you should be taking for a certain result, you know, and competing, we do go a bit higher than the average person. I'm not gonna, you know, lie.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially as a pro bodybuilder, it'd probably be a lot, not a lot. People seem to think, oh, pro bodybuilder, they must be doing 3,000 meg a week. I mean, no, okay?
Yeah.
There is a limit to how much you do before it's like putting water in a cup. Once it's filled up, it's just gonna spill over. It's not gonna do anything but side effects. But yes, being a pro bodybuilder, there will be a larger amount than the average Joe, but we still are smart. We don't do things stupid. We don't want to kill ourselves, but we do understand that there is more of a risk to being at a high level, taking a lot of different steroids. It's not healthy. I wouldn't say to everybody, just go out and do it. And if you're gonna do it, come to a coach who actually knows what they're talking about so they can guide you and you don't just listen to every Tom, Dick and Harry in the gym and take the wrong advice. And there is many misinformation on the internet, so much misinformation. This is why it's good everyone has their own opinion.
Yeah.
There is not one rule book and one way that works for everybody. And that's why I love bodybuilding, because you're always learning, you're speaking to different people, you're taking on board what works for them, and you can trial and test yourself. And there is no one size fits all.
There
with
isn't,
bodybuilding.
unfortunately, no. There
rules.
isn't. Yeah.
There's no rules.
Yeah.
in it.
No, it's unilateral. So
Okay.
you know, you're not doing one arm more than the other.
Yeah.
Huh? 15 reps.
Okay, yeah, I understand that. So, like, if you're using a bar,
You could end
then
up using your
you
right
could-
more than the left.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So this is just more isolation on both.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Even though I never do them, it does make sense.
Yeah, because I like to do unilateral stuff sometimes, especially with arms. Always like to do it because you'll always use one arm more than the other.
True.
We'll always have one side bigger than the other.
Always,
naturally.
I've got that as well.
Everybody
and here's
has
the
it.
thing that I've got to explain to some people as well. You can try to get the other side to catch up, but here's a study, and it's been
Yeah.
done many times. People that break their arms, they will try to train the other side
More.
and the arm that's broken
Yeah.
will still grow.
3. Good. 4. 5. Let's go. 6. 10. Good. So you're strong on this movement. Let's go. 11. Good. One more. Good 12. Come on. Yep. Beautiful.
No, we're gonna change it up. Change it. We're just...
Yes.
Up.